What's going on, guys? Dumpster here. Today's going to be a new video series where me and Lennon Big Bird Craddock go over our picks and predictions for upcoming tournaments. Check out Lennon's YouTube channel and his Twitter, both his accounts, his personal, and then he has a betting account right here. Sorry for some of the audio. It kind of sucks because I left my air conditioner on. We're pretty much going to be going through the bracket game by game and letting you know who we think is going to win and why. We're going to be using stats from the last three Players' Championship tournaments. And we're starting off this series with the Queensland Masters. Enjoy! Queensland Masters. So let's go right through the bracket, starting with Dimitri versus Koha. What are your thoughts?
It's got to be Vandenberg, hasn't it? Let's go. I mean, to be perfectly honest, all the seeds bar one, I would think, or maybe two actually, could win. My selection for this match would be Vandenberg. If I was betting, would be Vandenberg to win 6-2 or better. So on a handicap situation, -3.5, it's 4-6 on. I think it's fairly decent, but there isn't really much value in this first round game for a lot of these games anyway. I don't think it's just going to take most of the seed.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I didn't think Koha would make it past the first round. Next up, we got Colin and Marlon.
I've never really heard of Marlon. I'm really. Have you looked at any of the DPA stuff or any of that stuff?
I couldn't find anything with Marlon other than the summary of his qualifier.
Right. Okay. So yeah, like you said, if he's a qualifier, I don't see him doing much. Joe's like I said in the game, a lot of these seeds they've just got to have to play that, just create the board, and they should win. Really, you think so?
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I've done Cullen again -3.5, 8-30, near enough the same price as given -3.5. I just think they're so much they're so much of a step above than the rest of them. I think you've got on your notes like that. So he didn't do good in the last two players championships, Cullen, but like he still had a 91 and 86 rank, so should do him on that, I think.
Okay, yeah. And pretty much the next three, I'm feeling the same thing with that. Michael Van Gerwen versus Bailey Marsh, Clayton Puha, and Smith Comedo. You don't see them losing, do you?
No, I don't see him losing. I think the Clayton match, if I, out of all the qualifiers, bar Whitlock and Hester, I think and Mathers, I think like Puha is an interesting game because he's proven he can do it before. He's done it on, he's played qualified for championships, played in the World Cup, I think, and he's played these big players. And Johnny's one of those people that he needs his opponent, I think, to play very well to motivate him to play well as well. You've seen it before where somebody could average 110 versus him, for example, or like in that the Grand Slam final last year, I think it was last year, when Johnny was, like they were fantastic and real. Johnny just won at him. Johnny's one of those people, I think, that if they're, I don't know, happy, something like that. It's not quite, if he can average 85 to 90, or between the 80 and 90 mark, I think it will go. I think it'll go close. I think Johnny will win still. But for that match, my selection will be Johnny -1.5. I don't trust Johnny to beat it, batter him 6-0. And that's 2-9. The MVG match, what he can do in that World Match Play final is unreal. I mean, how many 180s did he get? It was ridiculous, wasn't it? I think 23 180s, was it, something like that? 22 180s?
Yeah, he had a ton.
And I think, I've never heard of Bailey Marsh, but
he's a younger kid too.
Oh, is he a young kid?
Yeah.
-3.5, 4-11. I think that's a good price for that match. And then Smith playing Joe Cohen, is it?
Yeah, he was the last qualifier.
I've got -2.5 on 5 on. I know they're really short skinny prices, but you put them up, it might end up being 4-5-1. But we see it with the first round match last time. Smith was playing the American well, whatever, Las Vegas, that match. Did you watch that match?
Where was it, in New York?
I think, yeah, might be New York actually. Yeah, New York.
Yeah, I went to that one.
And he played that Yank first round.
Yeah, who was it?
The old boy played quite well against him.
Yeah, I forget who that was. It wasn't Leonard Gates, was it? It might have been Leonard Gates.
No, it was Leonard Gates. He was quite like a build though. Like, but he matched him, I think. Like he matched him for 180s, and the average is about right. So it just proves if Smith drops off and averages 90, and this old boy can go out in 18 dart legs on throw, possibly break with a 15, Smith got to score those 140s, 180s like we know he can. Whereas at the minute he's not doing that. So, but I still like Smith should win 6-3 or better. I think minus 2.5, 1-5 to probably come from.
Yeah, I agree with that. The one I'm kind of not sure of is Sharik versus Mathers. Looking at the 3 Players Championships, Mathers averaged like around 90, had 185, and he didn't get past the first round once. Fallon, she's been averaging like 85 to 88, and she won the last she won one of the last women's series. But do you think there's a chance there, or do you think Mathers just takes that pretty easily?
It's a dodgy one, because if Fallon shows up like she did when she was playing in those majors, I think she'll do really well. However, we see what she was like in the women's tournament. She wasn't brilliant.
Yeah.
You played Leonard Gates in America, and that is massive. He was like 6'3".
Yeah, she got beat pretty bad. She only averaged 77 or something in that match. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, if Fallon averages 80 or below, Mathers should win this fairly easily. I think, and I think you would agree as well. Gordon Mathers is probably a better player than Leonard Gates, would you say?
Yeah.
So, if he's playing a better player, probably. Mathers is consistent. I mean, 85 to 90. It's all he's done all year. All he's done since the last year we never talked about. But my selection for that game, I've gone for is under 10.5 legs, 1-4 on. So it's massive price on. But my thing is to put all of these together. Obviously.
Oh, it was under 7.5? You said.
Sorry.
It was under 7.5.
Under 10.5.
Oh, 10.5.
So 6-4 or better either way. So you could do Mathers minus 1.5, which I think is going to be out from anyway. But I think one person is going to win it easier than. And I also think Mathers on home soil.
Yeah, I think most of the time Mathers wins. One reason because he's on his home turf, he has his home crowd. There's still going to be people cheering for Fallon, but I think she just doesn't show up enough times, I don't think, to win this the majority of the time.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Wade and Whitlock. This one, sort of the same situation. Whitlock? Huh? What'd you say? You think Wade?
No, it's taking it. I think now it all depends on what mindset Wade is up to. I mean, it's interesting because Whitlock's been playing wow. We had the World Cup. Him and Hector played extraordinary together. He had those Players' Championships. They won the Players' Championship events, and I think we'll look back on the old notes we've got. Like you said, he improved over the 3 Players' Championship events. And 87, 90, 97 averages, I think if he can average, it depends what Wade says. If Wade averages 90, Whitlock will win. Wade averages 95, like that. I think my section for this is over 8.5 legs, 1-3 on. I think it's going to be lots of holder pro. But if I'm being honest, I think Whitlock will win this one.
Yep. I'm thinking the same thing. One reason being home crowd. He's going to be pumped. He's not going to want to lose in front of his fans. Another reason is the last 3 Players' Championships, he started out with an 87 average, then went up to 91, and then ended with a 97. So he's been getting better each tournament. He started winning games on the 3rd tournament. Wade lost first round in in the first Players Championship and then didn't play the next two. So
Yeah, exactly. Pulled out.
yeah, so he's probably like, yeah, screw this. I got to get mentally ready to go travel across the world. So
Yeah, especially when they haven't converted to the Australian heat and climate, and so all these. To be fair, it's been a high over here, but if they haven't converted that, then there's a big disadvantage. But
yeah. All right, so yeah, we're both leaning Whitlock there. Not saying Wade, if Wade shows up and Whitlock falls off a little, Wade could easily take it. You know, he cleans up legs. But all right, last one. This one's a toughie, but I'm leaning Price here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the way he played in that match play was unreal. In the final, he was went 4-0 at Joe Cohen.
Yeah.
He punished Gerwin every single time. I think he had 101 checkouts. All those mid-range checkouts he did really well on. Like we said though, Petter and Whitlock in that World Cup, they was unreal. And it was only a month and a half ago, I think. I think it was a really good game. I think it was very close. I think probably a 6-4, 6-5 either way. Don't think many votes for pro. I was saying this now. So many weeks now, I was saying it. But no, I think it'll be a 6-4, 6-5 either way. My selection to match it over 8.5 votes. So 6-3 over 30 or better or worse. 4-11 on. But I think Gerwin gets over the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Let's see, what do I have for notes here? Yeah. Hedda got smashed by Colin in the match play, and then he didn't play in any of the Players Championships this week. He probably went home early. So he could be nice and relaxed and go up there and throw some good darts though. So I think that's one you got to look out for. He could snatch from Price like he did in the World Cup. But all right, so 180s. Let's talk 180s first round. What are you thinking? Are there any good over-unders on there?
So I've done my 180 selections. First round: Colin, Vandenberg, Clayton, Whitlock, MBG, Smith. All get most 180s. Currently 4.5 to 1 on Bet365. I think that. I mean, they're all short. They're all.
What was the bet? The bet was the most 180s, or?
Sorry.
What was the bet? The most 180s or per?
Most 180s, yeah. But I think I have found some value. If you go to the James Wade match, James Wade to hit 1 or less 180s versus Whitlock is 10 to 11 on. Just under even money. I think it's a really good price. If Wade doesn't have many 180s, and especially if he's not in that mood, if he's not playing well, he's not there. So I think Wade under 1.5 is a good price.
So you're thinking bet the under 0.5 on there?
On Wade, I think, yeah. Puha under 1.5 as well is 4 to 11. A lot of the people we haven't heard of, for example, like Mito and Marlon and Kahiri, you can only bet on under 0.5, so not hit 180. I don't know how they play, so I'm not going to bet on that in the 4. I mean, they could be good when it's Whitlock, but likewise if we were not Whitlock. So they're on the stage for the first time, and it's massive in it.
Okay. What about Smith, Clayton? Are those all 4.5 or?
No, so Smith, Clayton. So like I said, Cullen, Dimitri Vandenberg, Clayton, Whitlock, MBG, Smith, and that is to get the most 180s in each match.
Oh,
so
okay.
Get the most 180s in their opponent. 4.33 to 1. I mean, for example, Smith at 1 to 5 on to get most 180s should really do it. He's playing Kamito, I've never heard of. But like I said, you know, you can bet on Smith have 3 180s. I think it's 4 to 6 on. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The thing is, with these first round matches, there's not much value to be made.
Okay. And any good? So we did unders. Are there any games you think are going to go 5-5 going to the last leg?
What, in the first round?
Yeah.
I mean, Wade, Whitlock.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Wade, Whitlock can go in ahead, so they need to always see possibly going 11 legs.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
I mean, yeah. You're going to make for that much, are you? I said they didn't try to see going that long. Really, I mean, you think about it, like, you don't exactly see Bailey Marsh winning 5 legs with 70 so
All right. You want to go through second round here?
Can do, yeah.
All right.
So this is based on our predictions, obviously, yeah?
Yeah. This is just predictions for the rest. So Dimitri versus Joe Cohen.
I'll go for Dimitri.
Yeah, I was.
Like I said, I think Cullen played rubbish first go in that second round, but like I said, if Cullen plays like he did in that second round against MVG, then he's still going to beat Dave Marlon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Vandenberg will be Cullen.
Yeah, Dimitri was averaging 90s, and then ended with 101 average in the Players Championships, and he made 2 quarterfinals out of 3 tournaments. So, Colin top 64, first round out, and then didn't play. So, I think you got to go Dimitri there. MVG Clayton. That's kind of a tough one.
Tough one. Like I said to earlier, I think Clayton will play better as he plays the best player. So, you know, I think MVG will win that. If his scoring is like it was the other day, then I think he wins all day long.
Yeah, Clayton's pretty out of form compared to how he was.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm thinking MVG there. Then he took off. They both took off all 3 tournaments for the Players Championship, so there's no data there. All right, let's do other 2. Smith and who do we have? Oh, Smith and Mathers.
I think Smith will win it. If it goes to this, Smith will win it.
Yeah.
It should be pretty set. So, but like I said, Mathers is not a bad player. Mathers, if he just averages that 90 and Smith is missing double club, his man is probably typical for that.
Yeah, Smith averaged 100 in both of the Players Championships he played in, made the quarterfinal of each, and then he didn't play the last one. So he's in way better form than Mathers is right now. Mathers might have the crowd on his side, and Smith might bottle it up, but I think most of the time Smith takes it.
I don't think Smith's going to bottle it this Mathers. Obviously, when he always made finals, but that's a major final. Anybody would struggle. You got darts to win a tournament, 3 darts. Everybody would struggle in that. So I think that's fair enough.
Okay. Whitlock and Price.
Whitlock Price. I think Gez will win, but like I said, Whitlock is great under pressure, especially with Jack Daniels. With Jack Daniels, he's fast. It depends on what he's playing like. So.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
I would go German, I think.
Yeah, I'm leaning Gezi too. Although it's gonna be a good match. That's something I probably won't.
Definitely.
I probably won't be betting on that one. Definitely. All right, and then semis. We got Demi versus MVG.
That wasn't a renewal of that game, was it?
He played. He was up on him in the match play.
14-11, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or 13-11. Yeah. Again, another close one. I think it'd be first to 8 or first to 10. I think that's the semi-finals. I think Vandenberg will get the upper hand if they do play each other. I think he's got that. I want to beat you this stuff. Beat you if some velocity in there.
Yeah, if he's playing like how he was playing in the match play, I don't think he's going to let it slip through his hands this time.
No, exactly, and especially when it's a short format, longer format. Obviously, anybody can do anything. So I would go Vandenberg that match personally.
Okay, and then we got Smith and Price.
180. He should be 180s galore, really. It's Gezi's first out again, right? But no, I think Gezi will win that. If Gezi's 140 to there, 180 to there, he should hit that. He should win that.
Alright, so we got Demi and Price in the final.
Coin flip. Let me just get where.
Yeah, pretty much whoever averages more in the semis, I'd say.
Right, so pound coin. Tails is Dimitri Vandenberg. Heads is Gerwin Price. Gerwin Price wins that for me.
Nice. Good. I already dropped some money on him to win it. So.
But if I'm being honest, I think the thing is, Dimi's got to start scoring better, like he used to with the 180s. Like when he won his first match, he had a numerous match 180s. and he just in the match play he didn't really hit that many. And Gesney is just started to hit those 180s again. And obviously at 187 when you go 180 after 140 after 140 it's a huge difference, you know what I mean? So I would go with Gerwin based on clutch finishing, and I think if he can keep scoring power going, then that'll be my selection.
Alright, so looking at, is there any value in betting anyone to win, based on what the odds are, just straight up to win the tournament? I know MVG was like, what, 2.5 to 1 or something? That's nothing.
No, I don't. Let me find it. I've got on it somewhere. I think we spoke about it the other day, didn't we? So MVG was 3 to 1, and Gesney is second favourite as 4 to 1.
Vandenberg might be a good bet at 5 to 1, right? It's not terrible bet. Dimitri's 5 to 1. That's what I see it here.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet.
Yeah, so Price or Dimitri, I guess. Throw a small bet on there. All right, man. Anything I forgot to bring up? We talked about everything.
Yeah, not really. I mean, we in England we have this thing called NAP for betting. So like my good bet in the first round, I think it's still that way. The 1.5, 180. It's just an even money. I think that's a really good bet. Undoubtedly at 180, 180 first, I can't accept it. But I think he's just. I think that's a good bet. And I haven't really looked at the odds to win. Let me just have a quick peek. I don't know if you might use the camera for a second. For 1 sec.
Yep.
I don't know if you have lost the camera. Yeah, let me have a look. Let me just have a look because I think Whitlock is 11 to 10 to be. Yeah, he's 11 to 10. I think that's a good price really. And Mavis is favourite to win his match 4 to 7. I'll go with that. Maybe that's a double.
Yeah, I think if Whitlock beats Price, he has a chance to win it all.
100%.
Yeah. So he's like 33 to 1. I'd say throw.
That's what we said as our outsider, wasn't it? We said that could be a good choice.
Yeah, maybe throw 10, 20 bucks on that. $5, get some money back. But all right, man.
Yeah, I think that's about it from what I've said.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on the call. And
no, definitely. I think we're going to do this for tournaments coming on, aren't we? We're doing this for most tournaments.
Yeah, I just wish the draw was. Wasn't the day before each tournament. But all right.
Yeah, I think I said to all of two viewers. I think whenever there's more tournaments, I'm going to start doing some more videos like this and more overviews. I think if we might be able to get a video for the second round games, maybe we'll see it possibly. Or overview the tournaments. But I really enjoy this today. I think it's a good thing going forward.
All right, man. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, do you know what time it starts tomorrow?
It's for England. It's 10 in the morning. So, it's Saturday. It starts. I think. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's 10 in the morning for
10
you.
10 o'clock in the morning.
So that means it starts at 5 in the morning for me.
So
Great.
That'll be like 4 o'clock your time, is it?
Yeah, 4 or 5. So I guess I'll go to bed early after my darts league. Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, take it easy. Talk to you soon, all right?